Marriage, a God-given remedy. Because man was created on the condition that he should not live alone, but should have a helper like himself, and also because through sin's curse he became still more subject to this necessity, the Lord fittingly supplied us with a remedy, thus instituting marriage, which he first sanctioned with his authority and then hallowed with his blessing. Accordingly, it is clear that any intercourse between man and woman outside of marriage is accursed in his sight, and that intercourse in marriage is given as a remedy for our necessity, so that we do not give free rein to lust. Let us not delude ourselves, therefore, when we are told that man cannot live with woman outside of marriage without incurring God's curse. We are, then, doubly in need of this remedy, both because of the condition attaching to our original nature, and because of the evil which came after it. None is exempt, except the one to whom God has given particular grace, so each of us must look carefully to what he has been given. For those who have not received the special gift of continence are at war with God, and resist his ordinance if they fail to use the remedy granted and offered to them. No one should here object, as many are accustomed to do, that with God's help he can do all things. Such help is given only to those who walk in all their ways, that is, according to their calling. All those are untrue to their calling who, forsaking every means which God gives them, seek in their foolhardiness to master their necessity. The Lord declares that continence is an exceptional gift which is not given indiscriminately to his whole church, but to very few of its members. For he describes for us a certain kind of person who has become a eunuch for the sake of the kingdom of heaven, that is, in order to concentrate more freely on serving God's glory. And lest anyone imagine that such a thing is in our power, he had already explained that all are not capable of it, only those to whom it has been granted from heaven. Hence he concludes that he who can use the gift should do so. Paul says the same thing more clearly when he writes, "Each has received his own gift from God, one of one kind, one of another." Now our priests, monks, and nuns, setting aside this notion, blithely trust that they will be able to restrain themselves. But who was it who convinced them that they could remain chaste all their lives, an undertaking to which they are permanently committed? They hear God's declaration concerning man's universal condition: it is not good for man to be alone. They understand, would to God they did not themselves feel it, how sharp is the spur to incontinence in their flesh. With what boldness do they dare refuse for all time this general call, seeing that the gift of continence is most often granted at a certain time, according as occasion requires. In the face of such stubbornness, let them not expect God to have to help them, but rather let them remember that it is written, "You shall not put the Lord your God to the test." We indeed put God to the test when we strive against the nature he has given us, and when we despise the means he offers us, as if they did not apply to us in any way.